Welcome back to Small British Steps. You'll find that we're in July 1953. I went forward a little bit in time. I haven't done any launches. We've got some stuff building there. We've got some stuff built. We've got a couple of darts. We've got the atlatl camera return, the atlatl bio return, because having run them all forward, I actually thought to myself, we've got this one that's got one to complete. We've got this one that's got one to complete. We're not in a rush to actually complete them because we might as well let the timer run, sort of thing. What I didn't think of was actually the sounding rockets we've let run too far, but we'll go with that. So we've got a sounding rocket, we've got a low space film return, we've got a low space biological experiment. We can wait to do those actually, if we want to, or we can get them done now. I think I want to do the film return, get that done. But I do need to do the sounding rocket one first. So we're going to rock that up. This episode's going to be a lot of launches, just getting these things done. And I think we might be completing our first one of these. So I think we might complete that. But then I've not completed one before, so we'll have to see what happens. You can see we've still got potentially 3 years of funding available. So we'll need to think about that. So we're going to take the intermediate sounding rocket there. It's going to give us 85 for the pink thing, which I can never remember the name of. What are we with confidence? We're also, you can see we've got no science to do. We've got 2 material science lined up one after the other. They're going to take a bit of time. So what I thought was we might take, where is it? Is it the Bell? No, here we are. So here we go. We've got Douglas Aircraft Company. It gives us 10% to materials tech node research speed, but we lose 10% on early and orbital rocketry engine tech research. Now we do have some rocket engines we need to do research in, but we could put them off. We could just do materials nodes and get that sort of bonus going on there. So I'm going to take that. We can reappoint, or we can remove after any time. I think can remove after 30 days. So we could leave it on for a year and it's not a big problem. So we'll take that. Yes, we will. What does it actually cost to remove? Does it tell us? That's going to cost, doesn't say what it's going to cost. Or removal cost gives us, it takes a bit of that. Oh, that's interesting. And then this one, you can't do it. But it does take a little bit of the, is it reputation? Reputation. So you lose a little bit of reputation. That's interesting. I thought it was confidence, but reputation goes, so it's worth not doing that. I wonder if that goes down the longer they're in. So that's about 19. We'll have to keep an eye on that. So has that affected it? Yeah, we've got a little drop in those by about 10%. That's nice. Right, we're going to launch the first of our darts today. All right, here we go with our standard dart launch. Get everything going. And we're just aiming for 220. So we're going to fire some engines. Off we go. Wonderful, wonderful. We're going to pop it at a fast speed. Wait until that first stage gets to close to burnout. We're going to drop it down now, do our engine start, get going, there we go. Pop it up to super mega fast speed, that's going to explode. We're going up nice and fast. Lovely clouds there, isn't it nice? I do not have the special ultra mega volumetric clouds installed because I do not have them installed, quite simply. I haven't actually gone through the process, I just use a standard install. So this thing's going on up there. This is looking good. That's nice. So we've managed to meet the desired altitude we have. So that we should just accelerate this upwards. We're not going to get any science. We're just going to complete this. It's going to be a quick launch. It's going to take us a couple of minutes. And let's see. Where are we? We are looking at... almost done. Almost done. Come on, hurry up. I think please. God, it takes for ages. I could go into actually quicker time up. There we go. Wonderful. We are done. Right, let's go home. We'll just let this crash back down. We don't need to range safety. I can't be bothered. Right, so we're going to try now and go for the low space film return, but it's going to be the 200 kilometers upwards or vertical, 600 kilometers downrange. We're going to take that. This has been sat for 240 days. We're going to get very little extra by leaving it, and actually the reputation is going to do us good, so we'll take that, get that done, all the other things go. Right, we're going to roll that out and have a go. So I think this is the first flight we've had of the atlatl 3, I think. So of course the atlatl 3 has this second stage. We've got our avionics unit on the second stage. We don't have it on the first stage. Should be enough to cover the whole thing. So we're going to try this. It gives it a bit of extra bunch. You can see that we've got about 4,600 meters, 4,800 meters per second of delta V in vacuum, or 4,300 in the atmosphere. I think we're ready to go. I think we just gotta light the candle. There we go, and off we are. Oh, got that wobble again. I don't know if it's the smart ASS. I don't think it's something. I just don't know what it is, and it's annoying. And it's potentially with these engines, it's potentially, I don't know, something going on. Right, so let's see, we get to 80, and then we're going to turn. That's what we're going to do. And then we're going to head on up, and then I'm going to put it onto surface velocity, but put a little bit down. This is going to be slower acceleration because we've got this extra mass on the top. So these sets of tanks, they're actually, these engines are pushing more mass. They're not going to get up to the same sort of speed that we had before, which potentially means it's not going to be as unstable later on, because it's going to be on, and so this should be okay. However, my major concern is that we don't get out the thick stuff soon enough, and then this thing has to start up low down, and that could be problematic. We've got about 40 seconds left on this, so we're going on up there. We are building up speed quite a bit there, aren't we? So 500 meters per second, we're actually hitting it quite fast. We'll just top that down a little bit, and I probably want to go to 0 difference just before the engine cuts out, just so for simplicity of flow and stuff. I really want to get out of the thick stuff. I'd really like to get out of all this stuff here. I want to get over about 40, but I'm not going to get over 40. I'm not even going to get over 30, am I? Right, when we get to 10 seconds, we'll zero that out. Okay. And then we'll get ready to start the engine. We'll start the engine at about now. And then, there we go. We are away. Okay, that looks stable. Remember, we've only got one engine gimbaling now, so we potentially will roll. That's one of the big negatives. I'm going to pop this down a little bit. Let's have a look at what our altitude is looking at. We are going over 120 now. That's good. I think I want us to sit at about 35 at this point. There we go. Pop it down to 35. Just start climbing up. We've got 2 minutes, well, almost 2 minutes, but a minute and 45 seconds at the moment of actually burning this engine, so we can take our time getting the altitude, I think. Of course, the further along in this orbit we go, the harder it is to gain altitude, but we're up at 150 now, so that's not going to be a problem getting to 200, I don't think, and I don't want to go too high. I want to skim the 200 and not worry about it, right? Get those fairings out of the way. There we go, the standard not aerodynamic at all structure on the top there. That's really going to help us. Now we're out of the thick stuff, we're fine, but yeah, it's an ugly thing. I should have really actually done something nice with it, but as I said, I think they are redeveloping the camera system in RP1, so that's going to change. Potentially they're going to have 2 models, one with multiple cameras, one with just one small camera, because of the fact you can't run multiple experiments in Kerbalism at the same time, so they've got to have 2. This I am actually going to 0 now. Yeah, do that. We're going to hit 200. So I don't need to worry too much about going above that. Now it's all about downrange distance, isn't it? We can have a little bit more. Altitude, I think, just to help us. And what I need to think is we're at 124, 126, 128. We need to be at 300 before we get to the peak of our orbit. Although maybe not so much because of the fact that we're now putting a bit of horizontal distance in. So we do need to get to 600 though. That's going to be the important bit. I'm going to 0 this again. There we go. Right, so there we go. I mean, optimal would be going up at 45 degrees, I think. Yeah, that would give you the greatest distance, but it also then gives us a whole world of more difficult. So there we go. We're going to decouple that. Arm parachutes. Is this actually on? It is running. It's only got 3 minutes left to do. Wow. What are we actually getting? We're getting low desert. It'd be nice if we got something else, wouldn't it? What have we... Ooh, let's have a look. What else have we got? What have we got? A contract complete. Oh, 3,000 meters per second. We get a bit of... That's the fastest we've ever gone. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Okay. Oh, come back. Thank you very much. Let's have a look at what data we've got. So, flying high over water. That's a nice little bit. Actually, we got a little bit of credit from that. And then we've got low over the desert. Is there not anything else? Low shores. Ah, right. So we basically started flying high when we were over the water. Yeah. So no, we started flying high over shores, but that was the last second. Then we got over water. Once we were over water, we then went into space as we left it to go over the shores. Or we got the shores at the end, I don't know. And then we jumped to desert, and the desert is what we're getting now. Okay. Anyway, let's have a look at the contract. What are we looking at? We are, okay, we're at 400, and we are still not at our apoapsis. So I think we've probably got this. In fact, I'm pretty sure we've got this. The fact this is hanging around is a little bit annoying. It's actually concerning because that's going to have some mass to it. But it should separate out, hopefully. Right, we're going to speed this along. We're still desert low. It'd be really nice if we had another biome around here. But Australia is not renowned for its range of biomes. Right, so we've now completed that. So we've just got to return home. Still over low desert. Ah, there we go. We've decoupled. I wonder whether that's because I time warped it. And you know what? I didn't even think about that. I time warped it and they're right next to each other. So they will have actually potentially had a little interaction that wasn't healthy. Right, we've now finished that. So that's going to give us a 1.9 science back. So we're going to have about 2 science to spend there. I'd like a couple more actually, which we might get a little bit more on the way through. Flying high in the desert is good. Where's the flying high in the desert? Oh, there we are. We are now getting the flying high in the desert. That's good. Although it's not going to last very long. Although we are going horizontal. So yeah, there's 6 minutes on that bad boy. Total of 1 collected, and we've got 0.1 in flight. Okay, so it's not doing badly. I am concerned that we're going pretty fast. I'm concerned that the parachute is facing the front, and I'm concerned that it's going to explode, if I'm honest. And I've not tested this craft. I've not tested re-entry with it. I'm relying upon the fact that it slows down quickly high up in the atmosphere. There goes the booster. The second stage is going down. That worked really well, actually. I'm quite happy with that. And basically, it was just the bottom end of the first stage with a single engine instead of 5 engines or 7 engines. And then a short tank, and then our standard thing. So all we actually added on was a tank, in reality. Right, there we go. Oh, it's exploding. It's got too hot. The good thing is this is slowed down really easily. The G-force was quite extreme. You wouldn't want to put a biological sample on there, I don't think, unless you were testing the effects of G-force. And of course, we do have a biological sample, and it's, yeah, that would be interesting, wouldn't it? If they put G limits into biological samples, that'd be quite cool. They may have done it, and I may not have seen it. It may be a thing. I do believe there's missions later, potentially, or they're testing them, that require you to put like the equivalent of like a monkey human test flight thing going on, which would be really cool. I quite like that concept. Right, coming down through the atmosphere. We'll speed it up a little bit. We should be getting something soon. Let's have a look. Parachute should come along sooner rather than later. Oh, we've got a pause there. That's okay. Coming on down, we are vibrating quite considerably. Nice sunny day here in Australia. I was tempted to do this from Spade Adam, but and you do get access to a lot more biomes. You get shore, you get like forest, and you get sea quite quickly near each other, and you can go different directions, grab them really easily, because of course the UK is very narrow compared to anything else that you deal with. Right, so we'll get rid of that. We don't need that anymore. That's done. We are coming down at an angle. I'm not entirely sure why that is happening. You can see some of the infamous white lines in the Australian outback. There you go. The ley lines. If you follow them, you will find sources of water. Is what I hear. You use special downing rods to follow them normally. You can't normally see them unless you're in space. Obviously, that is a joke. Please do not comment about the fact that they are not real. Okay, I know they're not real. Well, they're not real on this map like that. I won't question your views on ley lines and stuff like that. Anyway, if you want to know what they are, Google them. Please use Google. Do not ask me about them. Right, so we're going to come down, get that. Parachute seems to be open. This is our standard little pod, so I'm not going to have you watch it while it falls. So let's get this down and see what we get at the end. Right, so we've got 0 science from returning a craft from suborbital flight. We knew that would be the case. We've got 2.5 on the vessel, which takes up to 3 in total. I don't think we can spend that on anything off the top of my head. I think we'll have to have a look. And then we've got a little bit of few parts back, 148 funds. The big one is we've dumped that up to a big chunk, so that's gone up to 54,000 we're getting. And you can see we're now over 1,100 on the confidence, which is really nice. We like that. So let's have a look at there is something I want with this. That's 4. So we really want that, because I'd really like to get the upgrade to the, where is it? To the, are they here? I thought it was, oh, it's up here. The Avon 114R, which gives us a bigger boost of an engine. We really would like that. So we will wait. We will wait until we get that. So it's almost going to be done. The next mission should do it. You may be thinking, I thought you were going to build a plane. You haven't built a plane yet. I'm literally waiting. I think I need about 500 more funds, and every time I launch one of these or roll one of these out, it uses 500. So it's basically slowing me down. You can see we've got up to 90 almost a day now, which is nice. So that takes 2 days. So that's actually going to be negative on our total funding, but after a couple of days we'll make it up, and then we'll be beyond it. So these things are starting to become worth it. So let's just check. We have another one of these, which is going to be in 10 days. Not a big issue. We've got the advanced one, which is the capstone one, which I think means it finishes it. And then we've got this one, which is now at 184. And I think that's about as far as it's going to go. So we'll roll this out, just to get a little bit more time out of it. And then we shall look at launching it, I think. So we're going to take the low space biological experiment. This is the standard starting biological capsule. Well, not starting anymore, the first one you get. Used to get this in the starting node, if I remember rightly, but not anymore. So we've got 115 units of scientific equipment. We built the craft originally with that to start with, so we've always been carrying it. Fly over 140 kilometers. That's all we need to do. We'll take that. It's going to give us 125 confidence, is it? And 26 reputation would be 25, but we get a little bonus. So we'll take that, and off we go. So as you can see, we have returned to the standard Atlatl 2 format. We don't have that second stage. We shouldn't need it. We'll just contract completed. That's the previous one. Nice bit of fun. Well, funds. Nice bit of reputation, confidence, all that sort of stuff. We're going to do that there. So we're just going to do a sort of short arc with this one. We'll fire the engines. All looks good. Off we go. Get the wobble again going. Of course, we don't have a second stage, so I don't need to worry about that. We just need to get this thing going. So we're going to actually speed it up. We'll go two times speed. So when we get to about 80, we'll go to 90, and then we'll do our turn. There we go. And then that'll just turn. Of course, we are rolling because we have not knocked the roll situation control off. Do that, put that on. Just put it on tire 2 down. Yeah, that's all right. I like that. That's not too bad. Right, we've got to keep our eye on the altitude. That's all we're looking for. We'll pop that back up to 1. Don't want to go too quickly. Let's see. So what we're actually aiming for is to get a good hang time, but the main one is just we want to get that. We want to get the altitude. We want to get 140. Once we get 140, we can go completely horizontal. Get whatever we want. Be happy with it. 70. We've got 26 seconds. We're at 80, 90, 100, 110. So I'm going to actually jump over here and get ready to press the 0 button. There we go. Give me 0. Give me full thrust sideways. Let's get that thing sideways. Wonderful. Do that. Get rid of that. You know what? We'll do that as well. There we go. Zoom in on it. And hopefully, we're on the parachute. Is this thing running? It is. Takes 13 minutes. 13 minutes to get all that beautiful science. You get quite a lot. Is it biome specific? No, it's just flying high. So we could just keep flying these. They are 500 funds. This is the only thing that puts me off. It's 500 funds every time we roll this out because it's quite big. For that flying high, I wonder whether we could adapt our sounding rockets to send them up. That might be an idea, actually. Or to send up one of these without actually an avionics is a potential. Start it off on a little bit of a wonk. Give it a little one degree wonk and send it up there. Because we're only trying to get high spaces. Possible to do that without the avionics, maybe. We'll have to have a look. It doesn't have a bad starting sort of situation, but we'll see. So yeah, we've got over the 140. It's doing the science. It's now doing the science in space, which we'll get a little bit for. Have we actually had? We haven't had any yet from space. We get a lot in space. Ooh. I mean, the good thing about this is we can use it for testing heat shields. Is this biome specific? It isn't. So we could actually, we're gonna have to send one up at least to do orbital stuff, but we could use it for heat shield testing as well if we want to fire them really high up and have them come back down. That might be a nice thing to do. Right, so this thing's just going to gather up the sciences. Let's see, how much have we actually got? 1.1, 2.2. So we're on 3.3, 3.4, 3.5. Yeah, we're going to have a nice chunk of science actually coming back, which should be enough for our next bit of research. Actually, that's nice, isn't it? I like that. We do need to decide what we're going to do research-wise, or, well, not research-wise, but science-wise, because we don't have any missions after this. We're going to do the capstone one. We'll not really have any missions that directly push us to get science. And that's part of the reason why I took these ones first. Partly because you get the science as part of it, but also you get the sounding rockets directly up, and that gives you just something to do with your small pad for a while. We'll probably get rid of the small pad actually if this continues. I may look at and see if we can actually attach this to one of our sounding rockets. I don't know what the diameter of that is. I should really check what it is. If that's a meter, then it's what, 40, 50? So we potentially could put it on the sounding rockets and send it up. And that would be reasonably cheap. Stick a parachute on it. We've already got a sounding rocket actually with that setup. We just need to put that in there. That's a possibility. Be interesting to see. And there is funds out there for it, isn't there? Right. Let's get this thing all the way down and see if its parachutes actually deploy. Once they deploy, we're pretty much done. We've got things exploding around us. We'll just ignore that. It's just bits of excess. Yeah, so we've got the sounding rocket payloads in these two parts. That is not a heat shield. I just coloured it like that so it looks nice. It's as flimsy as anything. Right. Down we come. So yeah, I think that, well, more. How many bits of rocket have fallen off? What is crashing? That's the question. What on earth is crashing so many times? Is it just something exploding repeatedly? Right. Parachutes have opened. This thing's coming down nicely. So I shall see more explosions. I shall see you back at base. So mission complete. We get nothing for the suborbital flight, obviously. We get 4.6 from biological stuff around there, and you can see there's still an awful lot to go. So we got about, well, almost a half of the, well, actually we didn't. We got 2.4 of it for the space low. So yeah, we got a chunk, but not that much of the space low. We got a chunk of the flying high, so that could be finished. We're about halfway through that. We're about a third of the way, over a third of the way through the space stuff. So we got time to get that, I suppose. We could do it through satellites and stuff later on, or we could try and grab it now. But there is, there's what, 6. There is about 18 science or something like that. I don't know. Do the maths for me. Available still there. So let's have a look. That's good. We do have a dart there. Let's have a look at the missions available. So you can see we've now lost those 2 chains because we've finished them. The next one is this, which we will probably complete. I don't know if there's any next steps for that. If it's the capstone, is there another one for it? It would be nice to have like a testing re-entry vehicles mission, actually, where you have to get them to a certain speed, because these used to come in sets, and I wonder whether there's one after it to do, where you've got to go faster and faster and faster. That'd be quite interesting. Without a heat shield, be very interesting. So there we go. We've also got the intermediate rockets still. That's got 15 days. We're not gonna rush that. This one we will take when we need to take it, which means that we're basically waiting for that to finish, which is going to be about 60 odd days. Over here in the science area, we're going to take this. That's mature science. Lovely. We've got 3 more. Is there anything else I want to spend it on for there? I don't want solids because I'm not allowing myself them because they're not British, even though the British did have solids, and actually quite good solids. They're not in the system, so I'm not allowing myself to have them. So I think that means we're going to wait until we get a little bit more funding. In fact, let's go and sort out what do we need to do. All right, so here we are. We're in the VAB space. Oh, we might actually have enough funds for this. I've just realised we might have just got it after the last thing. So first things first, I went into the science thing, and you notice we've got the X1 capsule on the front there. We've done the research, gives us the X2 upgrade. Before you can apply it, you have to go into the research facility and actually purchase the part, okay? So you do have to purchase the part. I don't think you can do it any other way. But yeah, well, so that's been done. And you can check, this is important, you can check if you've got it. Number 1, where it says show upgrade stats, you can click on that. It will say, yeah, we can go up to that there, okay. If that isn't there, you have not purchased any possible upgrades. On the back there, we could put more. Now, I could change the tanks. We do have better tanks. We could put more fuel in. We could have them burn longer. We could do all sorts of stuff like that. We can't change the engines at the moment. We can't put more fuel on board because we are limited by mass. So our maximum mass, I think, is 10 something. One of the researches we're doing will actually increase that, and so we may make another version of this bigger, but I think this actually will get us to 75. So we'd have to go for a better cockpit. We'd have to go for something that's actually suborbital rated if we want to go higher. So we're not going to do that. So we're going to go, okay, save it again, because I always do that. And do I want to spend 10,000 doing all these parts? Yes, I do. It's untooled. So let's actually have a look at maximum. It's 210 days. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. In fact, yes, I am. Oh, it's maximum engineers 66. I wonder what we're going to spend those from. So we're going to go okay with that, I think. Actually, never mind. What would it do if I tooled it? No, I don't want to do that. I want to do that. There we go. If I tooled it, it takes it down by that. Oh, hold on a second. Where's the funds? Did it just... Has it just tooled something? We did have the funds for this. Has it actually built it? Is it actually... You know, there's the thought. Has it put it in the queue? It has. Even though I said it doesn't matter. Ah. Did I say don't tell me about this in future? Did I click on the wrong thing and it's now never going to tell me about tooling stuff ever again? Right. Okay. Yeah, silly me. So we'll need to sort that out. So it is being built. Yeah, that's good. I don't believe it only shortens it by like 60 days. It's not a huge saving, if I'm entirely honest. So we're not going to save for that. The other thing is we'll put in the queue next, and this is the one that will go next. We're going to get the J2, this one, and this has got. Let's have a look. This has got those engines on it. Those are the ones we want. So this is the Derwent J2 we're going to build next. And that's going to cost us a chunk of money, and it's going to take a bit of time. So that will be the next one we build, but I think we're going to hold off on that. We'll build the first one, see if we need to do anything else. Buildy time. So we've taken from the atlatl, we've taken the parachute, thank you very much, and the biological sample, because we just have. Right, and now I want to take the Dart 9, where are we, 75, so we're going to merge that. Right, now I want to take the top bit. There we go, stick that there for now. I want to take this bit. Actually, can I take the whole thing and just do that? Yeah, I can. Take that off. Put that there. Right. So I wonder whether... What's the best way to do this? We could put that on the top there. And now, is me changing the bottom of it going to be a problem? Yes, it is. So we're going to go cone, and we're going to have the top at 300. We're going to have the bottom at 310. There we go. You're watching me actually build stuff. And we're going to go, yeah, I want that. Oh, no, actually, that's 310, isn't it? So, you know what? I'm doing the wrong thing. So that is 310. So I want this to be less than that. What is it about? What's it going to be? It's going to be 290. Okay. Okay. So there's that. I'm just wondering what the best way to do this is. How's the best way to package this? So that's going to go into there. We could put a decoupler there that's going to be sized. Then we could have something, this on the bottom maybe. Yeah, I think that's going to... it's going to have to be something like that. So that's that. We're going to have, I don't know, 50 units in at 0 extra size. Refit size. It's a bit chunky, isn't it? It's a bit of chunker. And then this is going to go there. And what we want is, we want to take that off, and we want to have a couple of decouplers. So where's my decouplers of choice? We've been using this one, haven't we? So let's try this. So get the fillet down to nothing, and then we're going to go for a cylinder. No, we're going to go polygon. We're going to go cone. So the bottom of this is going to be whatever that was. What is that? That is 390. Okay, so 390. So we'll go that way. We'll go up to 390. There you go. And the top will be. No, it won't. We already have decouplers for that, don't we? So this one is actually going to go there. So we're going to have 390 at the top. Or do I want to do that? I actually want to keep it attached, don't I? So we're going to do it like that. So 390 to 310, I believe, is what we've got it set as. And we want to reduce it to as much as possible. There we go. And then this top one, we actually can steal. So don't save that just yet. We're going to steal it from, which dart was it, the 4 or the 5? Merge that. The 4 does not have a return, so don't save. We're gonna actually I should save. Merge that. That doesn't have one either. Save that. We'll actually do that this time. We'll save it. I should have been saving it. The 3, does the 3 have it? 3 doesn't have a return. Which one was a return craft? The 2 was not a return craft. Oh, the Dart 9 return. Oh, did I do a Dart 9 return? Oh, it's because it's so tiny. I've probably not been noticing it. Right, okay, so then we'll take the top of that. There we go. Stick that on there. Take that off because I can't remember what that is. There we go. That's a really horrible looking bit of structure, isn't it? Let's go to that's metal stripes. We're going to make this match. So we're going to make this, the ends can be plain metal, that's fine. Metal stripes, is that right? Yes. So then we just go right click, you open that. We're going to store palette. Then we're going to go over here. We're going to go open that, and then we're going to go load palette. There we go, that's done. Wonderful, sorted. That can go into there. Suppose we could have used the parachute. Yeah. We could have used the parachute. It goes there, but then I don't think the parachute fit very well in there anyway. So, right, let's have a look at this. What's it like for aero? Take that off. What's it like for aero stability? So we got that. We got weight. Weight is ahead. When we drop these, weight moves back, but it's still technically aerodynamically stable because of those fins. And then we put that on. Yeah, we're okay. I think that's going to be okay. Right. What's the? That's terrible. That's why. Need to fire that. And then what happens after that? After that, we're gonna not decouple that. We're not decoupling that. We're going to decouple the one at the bottom, aren't we? Yes. So that needs to come down here, go to there. Okay, what's that look like? That looks like it should be able to get us into orbit, not in orbit, into suborbit. Right, I think that's good. However, we're going to have to tool that, which is bleeding annoying. So, tooled, it saves us 4 units. And what's the cost? Wow, it's actually quite a long build time, isn't it? Well, that's interesting. So that actually gives us an excuse to just let it build in the background and just gather some science out of it. I don't mind doing that, and it's not really saving us time, so we're not going to tool it. So we'll save that, and what we will do is we will actually put it as a plan. Let's put it as a plan. Add to the build plan. There you go. And that's going to be in the correct place. It's going to be good. How much does it cost? 245. What's the rollout? Does it say what the rollout time is? Rollout is 8 days. Rollout cost is 92. Wow. That's expensive. I did not expect it to be that expensive. Okay. But we can be doing this. This is something we can try. We can give it a go, see what happens. We could even, can I operate engines? Those are the best ones we can get, actually. So I think I'm happy with that. That should be okay. It gives a decent thrust. Yeah, it's a bit weird, but we'll live with that. Right, onwards and upwards. So we've got to get to 245 funds before we can do anything. We've got this dart that's going to wait for a while. We've got research going on. That's good. That's actually going to shorten our build times and everything significantly. If we have a look at staffing, the dart is at maximum, lateral is at maximum build rate, and the hangar automatically is at maximum. That will go up by a percentage when we finish these next material sciences ones, so that's going to be really good. What we could do, we can afford to do, is actually move some staff around, but I'm not going to do it at the moment, primarily because I'm going to scrap one of the darts, I think. Have we got any construction going on? Sorry, operations. We've got this dart, that's in storage. This one's 13%. I'm going to scrap it because we're not going to use that dart, I don't think. So scrap that. Yes, we are. Close that. That will be our last dart. We can actually roll it out. It's going to take 84 funds. We'll roll it out. It can sit on the pad, basically. I don't think there's a limit to how long they're allowed to sit on the pad. So we'll just do that, let that run. The dart's going to roll out, do that. You'll notice we're actually gaining funds while that's happening. We are now over the funds required for doing stuff. So we're going to go plans. And I'm going to put some of the dart bios in. 1, 2, 3. Put 3 of them in. No, 2 of them in. We'll put 2 of them in because we can't afford the third. And we're going to wait. This is going to be 60 days. 60 days for that one. Once that's done, we're going to launch it, and we're going to finish that that program. It's going to be done. We'll launch the dart as well. I think probably just before it. It'll be time for it to go. We'll launch the dart. We'll launch that. Finish the program. See if it keeps the sounding rocket pro contracts. I don't think it does. I think once you finish the program, because they're tied to it, I think it's gone. But once that's done, we'll move all of those staff across to the Crummock to get that done, and that will take 200 days. So with that and our plan for the future, we've got this, we've got that, we've got the Crummock. That's going to be it for this episode. Please comment down below, have a look. If you haven't had a go at this, have a go at it, have a go at playing it. Have a go playing it with the engines we've got, have a go playing it on your own time, stuff like that. This is constantly changing, okay? The mod is constantly changing, it's getting better and better all the time. So this will be out of date by the time you watch it. So please give it a go. Have a look at the Discord. Check out the Sea Monsters Discord. All that sort of stuff. Comment down below. Tell me what you think. Oh, we've got complete contract. There we go. We've got a lot of confidence right now going forward. So have a great one.